11 p.m. Central African Time. Area Star coming in there talking about hot bodies. Speaking about hot bodies, we are in our Wednesday setting. This is romantic relationships, love, all that jazz and a bag of chips. That's what we talk about on a Wednesday evening on African Diaries. And if you've just joined us, thank you so much for choosing us over the rest. The name is Shayla Ndikumana, and we usually have a weekday date. Okay, so this is Monday to Friday, 10 to midnight in Central African Time. In this particular feature of the show, we have an opportunity to explore how love, trust, and connection are being rewritten in the digital age, a time when swipes, screens, and algorithms have become the new matchmakers. Now, by 2025, over half of adults worldwide have tried online dating. So some of us are in the half that didn't experiment. Maybe we must jump over to the other side. And for many, it's the main way of new relationships being sprouted, if you will. But as AI bots learn to flirt, deep fakes blur reality, and scams become more sophisticated, we're left asking, how do we keep love real when technology can mimic emotion so convincingly, may I add? Joining us this evening is Tshidi Lethwane, who is a certified NLP coach. She's a speaker as well as MC, and she'll be helping us gauge, firstly, this new landscape that we find ourselves in, but also just leaning into her ability to build people's emotional intelligence, communicate authentically, and navigate online with ever so much grace. She will help us set the context for ourselves. Coach Tshidi, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to African Diaries.
Thank you so much for having me, Shayla. As late as it is, we'll try and make this as as interactive and as lively as possible.
Yes, ma'am. Again, I must emphasize that thank you because I do it. It is 11. It is 30 minutes after 11. It is very late. So you making time for us is but a blessing. Let's start off with a bigger picture. Now, studies show that half of adults have used online dating.
Mhm.
Right. I find that fascinating. From your perspective, what's driving this particular push towards this digitized form of dating, specifically in 2025?
As we delve right into it, I think with the lockdown, COVID, it really taught us that a lot of things don't really need to be quote unquote physical. And there's a lot of social anxiety as well that led people to saying, I've tried the traditional way of dating. Let me see what other options are available out there. So people are becoming more and more explorative on the dating scene because the traditional ways or traditional methods have not really given the best results. So they're saying, I've tried this one, it didn't work. Let's see what the other things or the other platforms have to offer. So it's really people just trying to be out there, putting themselves out there and trying everything else that is available because the tried and tested method hasn't really worked for them.
Yeah, Tshidi, rather. My thing is this, right?
Mhm.
We are now seeing chat phishing. Before, catfishing was our biggest worry when it came to online dating, which is somebody using somebody else's picture, you know.
And profiles and all
Yes,
of
and
that.
exactly. But now we have chatbots, and they help you text people, you know? And some people have sort of caught when people are using chatbots such as ChatGPT, where you'll have that elongated stroke, and we're all like, we know where that one came from, you know? But sometimes people are clever enough to omit those. And then you're being sweet talked, but it's not the person. It's a chatbot that's assisting the person. I know that this is innovative. I suppose a generative phase of AI, and it's innovative in
Mhm.
our space, but it is crowding the capacity for true connection. How do we mitigate that?
Um, I think we can't really use an umbrella approach to this. It's a matter of, you spoke earlier about emotional intelligence. I would suggest that try as often as you can to have those voice calls, because nobody has the time to be chat GPTing or using AI during a live conversation. So try as much as you can to have the personal calls. Like if we are on a live call, there isn't really much time for you to explore other things. Get on those calls so that you can see whether or not this person is legit. By doing so, it eliminates all other potential scams. You can then really see, am I really speaking to a real person, or is this a chat box? Am I really connecting to a person, or is this person trying to sell me something that they're not? So try as much as you can to have real talks, to have physical, excuse the word, but yeah, physical calls wherein you are able to hear this person's voice, wherein you are able to listen to the tone. The tone will always tell you everything. Like we are speaking now, if suddenly I'm distracted, you'll be able to hear that, okay, I'm busy with something, or I'm checking on something. So the more we do that, the less chances are of us being scammed or chat into a robot, because chat GPT and AI is just robotics that are trying to imitate us as people.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what's interesting about the call experience is that we are seeing, and I know that you're saying that it is robotics, but we are seeing this generative phase getting us to a place where AI can now speak like a person, right? I've seen AI make music and
Mhm.
make song that sounds so beautiful. I promise you, I wanted to just tell those people, everyone on the chat section in that particular video, I wanted to be like, this is a real person, please, because I have to meet them. What kind of caliber is this person's voice at, right? But this is all AI's prompts and AI's work. And so with that being said, I've noticed on the other end of the spectrum, people are tired. Coach Tshidi, people are saying, hey, I'm at a point where dating app fatigue is knocking me out. For somebody who doesn't understand what that is and what the symptoms are, let's walk through that.
Okay, I didn't get the last part of your question. Can you just repeat that?
So, dating app fatigue, what is
Mhm.
that and what are the symptoms?
Is there really such?
People are
Because
saying they're tired. They're saying, listen, oh, I've been on Swindler, I've been on all of them. I'm
Tinder
just
and all
tired.
of that.
Yes.
I think as much as people are tired of the tried and tested old method of dating, if you get to a point where you feel like the apps wearing you out, perhaps it's time to take a break from dating and just reflect and say, what is it that I'm looking for, and why is it that I'm not finding it on these apps? What can I change about the way I do things that can give me the desired results? Because you can't, there's an old saying, you can't keep doing the same things and expecting different results. So if you're not getting the results that you're looking for, then there's really something wrong that you're doing, or there's something that you're not doing right. So if you feel fatigued, it's time to reflect. If you're feeling fatigued, maybe leave it for a while and then come back to it later when you've got a more refined end goal. Because at the end of the day, we get into things because we've got an end goal, you've got a vision, you're envisioning yourself somewhere. So if that time or that specific goal is not arriving, you're not getting there, you keep trying, you've tried them all. I mean, they can't all be wrong. At some point, you need to take accountability and say, maybe I'm the problem. So if you are that fatigued, take time out.
Yeah.
Take time out to reflect, and maybe really don't stop doing it out of desperation, because sometimes we get to a point where you are desperate. You are looking at your peers, you're thinking, okay, my peers have gone through one, two, three, they are now at a place where they're settled and all of that, and I'm just nowhere there. And you doing it kapilo, yeah, there's no
Yeah.
English phrase for that one. So you are doing it because you are desperate. So leave the desperation aside and just be alone. There's nothing wrong with being alone. I mean, the solitude will help you really refine your needs. It will help you refine your goals. And when you go back into it, you'll go back more focused, you'll go back more sure of what it is that you really want. And you might find during that break, who knows, you might find sometimes things that we find things when we are really not looking for them. So maybe the right person might come knocking while you are on recess. So break is very important.
Absolutely. The voice there of Coach Tshidi Lethwane joining us this evening, certified NLP coach, speaker, and MC. Coach Tshidi, I want to just remain on that fatigue element just for a little bit. And I want to talk about the dopamine effect, right? So these apps are designed to help us stay longer because there's a kick, right? There's this dopamine kick that we get from being there, that being accepted, that like with a pink heart, as opposed to in person me saying, oh, I really like what you're doing. My tone might be dull. I might not sound as enthusiastic, but the combo of the colors and the tech behind everything gives us a dopamine high. Is it possible that the attraction that we feel towards someone else is dopamine inspired as opposed to it being the person's personality? Like, I'm just thinking about this. Imagine, Honale, there's an app that is keeping you locked. Therefore, so you have to be excited all the time, right? It has to intrigue you. So is it possible that we are seeing an addition to this person's character by it being a cyber experience?
Not you just going and twisting everything when we thought we had it all figured out. I mean, we are
Yeah.
thinking we've got it, and you bring another side to it. It is highly possible. Remember, the mind is intrigued by a lot of things. And for people there are people that are socially awkward, right? And we have people that are, there's a term for it, keyboard warriors, people that are really excellent on cyber, and in person they are awkward. So some people might just use that as ego boost, right? Or confidence booster to say, I am in control of this. And the more I do it, because remember, even on the apps, you are in control of what you find. You have this profile where you have outlined what you want. You have the tall, dark, and handsome. You have now chosen proximity as to how far this person is from you, even down to hobbies. These apps are just amazing because you built your own robot that you want. So the people that already come into your space are people that you're really, really looking for. Abu types, gay. These are my type. So you're really interacting with your types, unlike the traditional way, because anybody can approach you, and now you have to sieve through the people that you don't like, and you end up, out of the 10 that approach you, is just one that you're attracted to. Whereas on the cyber side, everybody that comes your way are people that you're attracted to, because that is what you had fed the app. So the more they come, it's that power thing to say, I'm in control now. I can choose as many as I want, have the different options that I can be chatting up 5 different people at a time. And when I decide that I don't want them, then I can start swiping left instead of right. So yes, you're correct in saying sometimes it's about the boost more than anything.
Coach Tshidi, let's sort of end off on a balanced note. We're not saying that
Mhm.
cyber dating is wrong. Yeah, we're just saying
Totally.
the are things that one needs to be cognizant of. And I want to touch on finding balance when it comes to real world experiences. Like you said, you've built your own robot, okay? A tall caramel for this side of the world, okay? You know
Hush
who does the,
Karamaima.
you know what? We want that kind of thing, right? So you have told the app what it is you desire. The app brings that which you desire. You are now positioned in your mind. And I think this is also something that takes place subconsciously, is that because you physically received and to an extent internally received what it is you're looking for, you don't expect any flaws, right?
Correct.
How do we transition from the phase where you are my perfect match to you are human and I should be willing to accept that too?
You are really coming in with the difficult questions, aren't you, Shayla?
At 11 o'clock, I'm so sorry.
I guess this is life. We really need to tackle
Yeah.
those difficult questions. I
Mm.
mean, like everything else in life, there's really never a guarantee, right? And everything is a learning curve. I think the correct response now would be take it as it comes, each day as it comes, because even though you have created your own perfect match, still have that room to say, what if it doesn't go the way I do? Like as in real life as well, you might start off with liking a person. Down the line, you get to know the real person, and then there's a red flag, and then you pull back. Even with the cyber dating, have that room to say, as much as this is a perfect quote unquote fit for me, there could be those other things that I will learn in due course that will lead to me not liking this person. So always have that room for disappointment. Always have that room to say, if this should not work, what is it that I can do again? If this is not doesn't end up in happily ever after, will I still have the courage or the strength to try it again?
Coach Tshidi, I think we can park it for there, or rather park it there for now. Ooh, English is leaving, I can tell.
It's 11. It's almost midnight. I understand the data bundles are almost there by
Hey,
depletion. So I do understand.
absolutely. Coach Tshidi, it has been a pleasure speaking to you. We'll park it here for now and continue at a later stage. Thank you so much for joining us. This was insightful.
It's always a pleasure being here. I can't wait for the next one when we unpack more.
Yes, ma'am. The voice there of certified NLP coach, Coach Tshidi Lethwane. She's a speaker as well as an MC, and of course, helping us gauge cyber dating in 2025, trends, risks, and how to keep connections real and alive. It is 45 after 11 p.m. Central African time. I've given you much to think on, but the very last part is going to be very fun. Okay, so if you're thinking, Shayla, no more thoughts, no more thoughts. This time around, you're just letting it flow. Okay, we're going to get into music. When we get back, we chat all things pet names. What are some of the pet names that you give your special somebody? I have a few to share with you, courtesy of my crowd of people. And then we'll hear from you as well. +2 7 6 3 4 0 6 9 1 2 6.